Margaret Martin Moore first entered the world as the daughter of medical missionaries in the Far East. Born in Manchuria in 1919, Margaret and her parents, Stanley H. Martin, a physician, and Margaret Rogers Martin, a nurse, lived first in China and then in Seoul, Korea. Margaret and her 5 siblings attended an American school in Korea, where their love of literature and music was nurtured and encouraged. Indeed, Margaret studied violin under the tutelage of a German master for 11 years. Returning to America after high school, Margaret attended the New England Conservatory of Music in Boston before transferring as a sophomore to Asbury College, where she met and fell in love with James H. Moore, a member of the senior class. The couple married after Jim earned his seminary degree from Drew Theological Seminary, and in 1948 were appointed to Korea as missionaries of the Methodist Church. Seoul was a tense and dangerous place when Margaret, Jim, and their 2 young sons arrived. The family lived in a walled missionary compound. When the Korean War broke out in 1950, the Moores escaped, losing all of their possessions. They then served in the Philippines for 3 years and returned to South Korea. For the next 3 decades, Margaret Moore worked tirelessly on the mission field as educator, musician, dramatist, and Christian witness. Drawing upon her formal training at such institutions as New York Union Seminary, Cornell University, Drew Seminary, and the University of Kentucky, Margaret carved out a unique place for herself in the history of dramatic presentation in Korea. With the support of her husband, she was the principal organizer of the Christian Drama Committee, which sponsored the famous Kogyo troupe that performed religious and secular drama throughout Korea and East Asia. Most memorably, the troupe presented a shadow play written and directed by Margaret titled The Prince of Peace that was performed almost 200 times in 5 countries. To see how people of all nations reacted to the life of Jesus done in shadow play was a profoundly moving experience, Margaret has written. To have had this play go to schools, hospitals, prisons, and military installations, and to see people coming to the Lord gave great joy to me. Margaret is justifiably proud of a letter she received from a prison inmate that read, "I used to be a Christian, but when I saw the Prince of Peace, I believe again and will go out with new hope and courage." When Margaret's beloved husband Jim died in 1967, she was left a single mother of 5 sons, the youngest just 5 years of age. She remained on the mission field and continued her work of spreading the gospel, particularly through drama, but also working with the Korean Methodist women and a home for juvenile delinquent girls. Fluent in Korean, she helped to translate 3 Shakespeare plays and directed productions that brought the Bard's plays to life for the first time in Korean. In 1981, Margaret became the first woman and first American to be named the nation's Best Director of the Year. She has received honors from both the government of the Republic of South Korea and the Drama Association of Korea. In 1984, she concluded 39 years of service as a missionary of the United Methodist Church. Returning to Wilmore, Kentucky, she became involved in the Jessamine County Garden Club, the Wilmore Women's Club, and the Wilmore United Methodist Women's Group. She received the Asbury Alumni Award in 1986. She also learned to drive a car and received a driver's license for the first time in her life. Since her return, she has directed plays in 7 states, including the Ohio Passion Play, The Living Word at Cambridge, and a drama for the Navajos at Four Corners, New Mexico. Margaret keeps close tabs on her 5 sons and their families, which include 14 grandchildren, 12 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren. She delights that all of her sons are Christians who honor God and serve His church. We are honored to present Margaret Martin Moore, a 2007 recipient of the Heroes, Saints, and Legends Award.